Cody Meadows going to be on the outside, and Mark Murphy's the man who's going to lead the field to green. Liam O'Sullivan going to be right behind him, but Mark gets the jump, and for the first time tonight, we are green from the virtual Iowa Speedway. Welcome to the Black Magic Studios 300. Mark Murphy pulls a quick lead into 1 and 2. And so now it's going to be the 69 of Mark Murphy leading the way. Cody Meadows right behind him, and Julian Altena now going to get ahead of his teammate in Liam O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan going to be subtly dropping down the order, and these drivers are in for the long haul tonight. 300 laps here at Iowa. The lap count, one of the highest on the season. Dovchenko now looking for a move down low, getting right beside Yaroslav Donskoy, going down to the inside. It should be a nice cut in and a quick move. That puts Dovchenko now in a 7th. So it looks like Seb Kinder going to end up in trouble. Barreling in was Yaroslav Donskoy, going up and over for a flip. And they are going to stay right there, side by side. Being this way now for a full lap. Julian trying to cut deep and cut even lower. No chance just yet. Mark Murphy slightly squeezed up to the highest side. Both drivers giving just enough room. And Altena with the lead now. 3/4 of a car length ahead. Gonna have to lunge back in line. Murphy gets through the corners 1 and 2 much better as Cody Meadows loses a spot. And Cody gonna drop back big. Looks like Dovchenko looking to take that spot away and keep it his own, but nothing comes of it. Cody Meadows hangs on, and the caution flies once again. Contact with the outside wall, went down and in, and came right back up. That brings out the yellow flag. Joseph's day is effectively done. And current race leader Jesper Orman going to bring us right back. And he's going to be at the helm ahead of Jordan Evans, another driver who decided not to go down to pit road and take tire. It's going to be a major checkup from everyone on back, and Jesper gets a half a second lead. We're green again, and it's clear as day. Evans' tires maybe going to give him a lot more trouble than expected. And Julian's going to have that room, and he will use it, forcing himself into contention. Lap number 51. And looks like now Altena going to try to make a move to get right by Jordan Evans, as Jordan Evans is now in major trouble up in the wall. He's slow, but not damaged, and so we stay green as a result. Andreas Eek with Craig Forsyth. This will be for 4th, and Andreas goes up high. Craig Forsyth, no choice but to give some room. That he does, and so Andreas, number 77, takes a top side, and now going to make the move to take another position. Almost had a chance to take the pass, but it looks like not going for it and trying not to be as aggressive, just letting Craig Forsyth do the work for him. Almost contact, and Meadows is going to have to back off big, and Cody does, slipping down to the apron. However, no other contact, and will stay straight. Cody Meadows returns on the track. Jesper just keeps on pulling through, building up more of an advantage, and here's Gary Lovern, the quietest driver in the Altena Autosport crew, making it by Cody Meadows, and now he's up to the top 10 for the first time tonight. And side by side, the number 67 machine cuts deep once again. Christensen's got the high side. However, Aiden Millward going to be looking very good down the straight, and good enough to go through 3 and 4 unscathed. Contact! Millward gets up at the wall with John Christensen. Major damage for the both of them. And you can see what occurs here. Sheridan Wade, the number 54, he was down on the apron. And so, John Christensen staying up top. There's Aiden Millward in the middle. And yes, Wade got back on the racing circuit. Compromised Millward's line and came right up into John Christensen. And Jesper gets away nicely now with a 3/10 of a second advantage. Further on back, you're going to see Julian and Mark Murphy 2nd and 3rd respectively. However, the leaders are now going to be fighting each other again, and Julian Altena gets up to the points. Liam O'Sullivan now going to be fighting around the outside of Andreas Eek, and when one Team VOR driver gets involved with an incident, it looks like another now going to make another big pass. Andreas Eek going to be passed by Cameron Bauschken, and now Craig Forsyth up in the mix as well, although it looks like Cameron now going to strike right back, and Andreas going to have to take it. They're side by side, dead heat on momentum. And as such, number 86 rolls high and gets there again. And you can see there, Cameron has the advantage, gets the pass. Craig Forsyth going to be pulled in tow, and a 2-for-1. Forsyth now going to make the move up to 5th, and you can see the way he powered down to the bottom side through turns 1 and 2, hung that momentum down the back straight. Jesper Orman staying on the back end here, but Julian has remained strong in defense. 73 laps for Craig Forsyth and Cameron Bauschken. and both of which have headed down to pit road in consecutive laps. 128 laps to go, and Jesper is there. He'll duck Doe to the bottom side, and looking at him on the low groove, he's got the spot. Looking for a slide job, though. Julian cuts deep and goes right back at it. They're toe-to-toe, side-by-side, and Julian can't make it work. New race leader, Jesper Orman, at the top of the board. Coming off the weight jacks, it's going to be the number 2 machine back on the way. Gap is 5 seconds. Jesper getting through. Julian coming through. Now the gap is going to be within 15 tenths, within a second, and at the stripe, looks like Julian's going to have the lead. Jesper comes out 2 tenths, far too short. And looking on board with Jesper, he is on the offense. With Julian, it'll be a bit of the opposite. Take a look now as the Team VOR number 11 has to hold on with all the defensive might he's got inside the car, but it looks like it might not stick here, and already Jesper's going for the race lead. He'll dive down to the inside and go through 1 and 2 strong. Jesper Orman looking for 3 consecutive oval wins, gets the lead back with 114 to go, and Forsyth now makes the move up into 4th. Liam O'Sullivan going to be position number 5, hanging tucked there in the 5th position. 69 machine of Mark Murphy going to be toe-to-toe with Julian, and now down to the inside line. Murph should be able to hang it through 3 and 4 right there with them, but no dice again, and Julian up the track still gets the advantage. How about we ride on board with Forsyth again and see exactly what he's seeing as this battle brews. He'll come down to pit road, and Craig Forsyth will decide to split the stint, doing so rather early and going at the very beginning of the pit window. 56 lap run for Craig, and he'll do things differently and leave these 2 drivers amongst themselves. As Murph now goes down to the inside, he's going to hang it through the middle of the corner, and he gets the perfect opportunity and gets ahead of the number 11, Mark Murphy, up to 2nd, and he'll make it happen just like that. Julian fades back to 3rd. And here we go again. Mark Murphy heading down to pit road, this time by from 2nd on the order. And the tires should have a little bit less trouble handling these slippery surfaces as the sun begins to go down. Now Jesper Orman, race leader, comes in after a 63-lap stint, and much shorter than what we saw last time by. Matthias Strauss is going long, though. He's on a 72-lap stint here and deciding to do the unthinkable, go long and try to end up faster later. Craig maybe not the best driver all throughout the night, but he has been able to make himself a 2nd-place driver through a savvy pit call. And with 5 laps remaining and still coming through, Murphy still remains behind. Take a look from the back end of Julian here, and you'll see Murphy's trying everything, hasn't found some success. 1 lapper getting past. Andreas E going to get out of the way from both drivers, and Mark Murphy going to take that way and work with it. He'll go down to the bottom all the way through 3 and 4 as we come across the line to make it only 2 laps remaining. Jesper Orman, he is absolutely in full control here of this race. 299 laps, and he's looking to make it lap number 300 very soon. He's got himself exactly where he needs to be to get the victory. White flags out. Last lap for Jesper. Overall today, he's led a total now of more than 100 laps, far beyond 100. He's made his move in to the 150 bracket, leading more than a half laps on the day. Coming to the checkered flag once again. Jesper Orman with his 3rd victory of the season here in Iowa. Orman collects the checkered flag and pulls home for the victory ahead of Craig Forsyth in 2nd and Julian Altena in 3rd. Mark Murphy just a 10th behind for IAR as well. 4th place and the final driver on the lead lap. Then from there it'll be Liam O'Sullivan, who's going to be. Then from there, Matthias Strauss in 6th. 7th place is going to be Gary Lovern, and 8th is Cameron Baustin with Andreas Eek, position number 9. 10th is going to be Nate Fields. Orman, winner for the 3rd time this season. He is having quite the campaign, and he's looking to get it back at it again for win number 4 when we go racing once more at Gateway next Saturday afternoon. 200 laps of racing. We hope to see you there once again.